Nigeria's electoral reform debate is gaining renewed attention. At this town hall themed Power Back to the People, Stronger Reforms, Stronger Nation, young Nigerians and civic leaders are calling for concrete changes to strengthen democracy.
There's no functioning democracy without participation, right? Regardless of how perfect the system will be, you have to participate because the idea is that you elect leaders who represent your wishes, who further your interests, or protect your interests, as the case may be. But if you elect leaders and you let them roam free, you let them roam without trying to hold them accountable, without paying attention to policies that are being formulated in the country, without paying attention to governance as a whole.
But after this, I know that yes, it really is my duty to continue with this advocacy. We need to educate the youth. Because we say the youth, they are the leaders of tomorrow. And if they are not educated, then what really are we doing?
Participants say reforms must move beyond promises and focus on structural independence and accountability.
The specific thing that we as a youth, we see as the challenges has been when you talk of resources. And the resources I'm talking about, maybe as a youth, you know what I'm talking about, that financial aspect for you to participate. Because you can't participate in politics where you are not having that financial outreach.
The serious case is going on that has to do with INEC. INEC is not the one that is saying we don't no longer want this case to continue. Just all of a sudden, a third party will just come in because he has the power to do so. And we just say we don't want this anymore. That is not fair, and that's the whole reason why for this specific reform, that INEC becomes independent and that they be the ones to judge their own cases.
A key demand is full independence for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Speakers argue that financial and administrative autonomy would boost public confidence in elections.
The idea behind this is so INEC doesn't have a third-party hand. So there is a constitutional law that says that INEC has a confirmed budget every year that nobody messes around with or at the virtue or at the mercy of anybody else. This is more like a fund that is kept for them every year, specifically meant for them. Nobody has the right to tamper with it, touch it, or hold it back at any circumstances. That way, INEC is also an independent body that gets to maybe probably undergo election by itself. So just the way the general election is being conducted for general elections for the existing leaders, INEC may undergo the same thing by the people, so people get to choose who and who should be the chairman of INEC and probably other offices within the INEC body.
Technology also dominated discussions. Advocates want compulsory electronic transmission of results to reduce manipulation and increase transparency.
They are not sure that we can handle electronic voting. They even see it for INEC in the clause they just released, that they are not sure INEC is capable of handling electronic transmission of result. I mean, how can you say that? How long does it take for tech people to put this in place? How long does it take to put something like that? I mean, our WhatsApp, Instagram, and Twitter, we have seen how live voting happens. You can create a poll on WhatsApp and it happens in real time. You can create a poll on Instagram and it happens in real time. You can create a poll on Twitter, X, formerly Twitter, and it happens in real time. Then why can't we do that on the INEC portal?
The forum also addressed voting rights for security personnel and journalists deployed on election duty. Participants further called for an independent Electoral Offenses Commission to tackle vote buy and electoral violence.
Democracy everywhere, for it to strive, went through struggles. I'm not saying that you go out and demonstrate, I'm not saying you go out and throw stones, I'm not saying that, but participate peacefully. You can participate, you can be part of the process to bring about change.
One of the ways that we can ensure that it's not dead on arrival is just to keep pushing. During the conversation, we talked about how youth should continue to engage. I feel like we need to continue to engage.
From institutional independence to digital transparency, the message is clear. Stronger reforms are essential for a stronger nation, and many here believe the youth must drive that change. From S24, Zainab Ibrahim.